from Enfield in North London. He weighs 180 pounds. He's a Genesis, Dean Michael!
So it's a BW debut then for the Genesis, Dean Michael, and he'll be taking on Chris O'Reilly in our next match this evening. One thing about Dean Michael is that he's an incredibly strong all-round wrestler. Very hard to find weaknesses in his game. What he does is extremely solid, extremely hard-hitting, very good mat grappler. Very fine wrestler, Dean Michael. And certainly in no hurry to endear himself to the fans, shall we say. Genesis Dean Michael then making his way into the ring, full of confidence, full of arrogance.
And his opponent from Donegal in Ireland, he weighs 170 pounds, Chris O'Reilly!
Well, it's currently 1-all for the O'Reillys this evening. Great win for Ryan, defeat for Rhea. Can Chris O'Reilly make it a 2-1 victory for this fantastic trio of Irish wrestlers? Ryan O'Reilly there, as we see, still nursing that knee injury suffered in a fantastic match with Jason Artem that opened our card tonight. But now it's Chris O'Reilly's turn. Much like Ryan, much like Rhea, he will not give up. A real fighter. Total contrast between these two men. Dean Michael actually seems to be rather bothered by the fans' very vocal, vociferous response in favour of Chris O'Reilly. He does not seem happy about that one bit. And actually that'll play right into the hands of the O'Reillys, and now the fans chanting, "Who are you?" at Dean Michael. And this will really, really unsettle him early on. He'd best not try and make this a contest between him and the fans. He needs to concentrate solely on Chris O'Reilly. Well, the fans and the O'Reillys letting it be known exactly what they think. And actually now Dean Michael just having a word with the referee, who I think pretty much told him there, well, you got yourself into this, you get yourself out of it now. Dean Michael needs to get on with this match, and fast, because he's already becoming visibly unsettled by this. He's now shouting at the fans, in fact. Dean Michael just, well, that is impressive athleticism. What I spoke of earlier, his good all-round ability as an athlete and as a wrestler. Perhaps that was just designed to get himself physically motivated, get ready for the contest after a very unsettling start there. Two now just squaring off against each other into the lock-up to begin things, and a nice arm drag takedown there by Chris O'Reilly to start things moving. Dean Michael just finding himself on his knees there in the corner with Rhea O'Reilly jeering at him, and yes, again, he does not deal with that well. Chris O'Reilly just moving back into that corner, forcing Dean Michael across to the other side of the ring there. Into the tie-up again, and another arm drag. And Dean Michael just clutching his back and crying out in pain there. Something relatively innocuous looking like an arm drag takedown can do so much damage. Dean Michael may just have landed badly there, may have just injured his hip or the small of his back. And they're just pushing Chris O'Reilly back there in the corner. And then Dean Michael floored by Chris O'Reilly in turn. Drop toe hold by Chris O'Reilly. Michael hits the mat. Up quickly into a hip toss though. Dean Michael is walking around without knowing where he is at the moment and walks straight into a body slam. And it is all Chris O'Reilly thus far.
You got that going?
It's all Chris O'Reilly. Yeah, Dean Michael is absolutely livid. He's got only himself to blame for getting this angry early on in the match. There's a lot of wrestling still to be done. It's far too early to write off the Genesis Dean Michael. He just needs to keep himself composed and he can get back into this one. Well, the Genesis Dean Michael, they're just calling Chris O'Reilly a punk, and that kind of thing will only serve to push the fans further against him, if that were at all possible, and to anger Chris O'Reilly. I mean, maybe that's his idea. Maybe he's trying to anger Chris O'Reilly, who so far has seemed extremely calm, as Dean Michael continues to lose his temper. And he's looking to the referee for help, but he's obviously going to get none. Into the lock-up again. Collar and elbow tie-up. This time Dean Michael easing Chris O'Reilly back into the corner and just wrapping his arm around the ropes. But a rope break called. That's a lovely shot to the midsection though by Dean Michael. And a boot to the midsection to follow that up as well. And into the corner goes O'Reilly, but pressing his way out of it. Catching Dean Michael. Michael reversing that one into the corner. Chris O'Reilly again body pressing his way out of it. This time he's been caught by Dean Michael, thrown over the top, but he lands on the apron very impressively. Shot there by Michael, blocked. Forearm by Chris O'Reilly. Chris O'Reilly with a shoulder thrust, rolling over the back into an arm drag. Lovely wrestling, and holds on to it to continue the onslaught on Dean Michael. Referee just making sure there that he wasn't pressing his joints into the underarm of Dean Michael. And Chris O'Reilly in fact was doing that and then just smartly stopped it when he was instructed to. So we see Rhea O'Reilly outside the ring enjoying what currently is a party atmosphere. Don't be fooled though, Dean Michael has a lot left in the tank. Into the corner, Dean Michael, lovely backslide over the top there, and rather enjoying that moment. That might be a mistake. Chris O'Reilly waits for him to turn around, hits him with a clothesline, down he goes, out of the ring he goes. And an error there from Dean Michael, who is losing his temper more and more by the second. The fans are playing a major role in that. They're just pushing the cameraman away as well, glancing back at Rhea O'Reilly. And now he's actually appears to be walking out on this one. Dean Michael is walking out. I can't believe it. He's just turning around there and taking a glance back to the ring. If he walks out now, he'll never set foot in a BWE ring again. And Dean Michael coming back into the ring, but no, just thinking better of it. That was quick work there by Dean Michael. He saw Chris O'Reilly was nearly upon him, but it looks like he's decided to carry on with this match. That's no surprise. Dean Michael may struggle to control his temper, but he's certainly not a quitter. Oh, and Dean Michael, out of shot there, has just attacked Ryan O'Reilly. Now, what is the point in that? That's an injured man there he's just attacked. And Chris O'Reilly sets upon him with absolute fury. Rhea O'Reilly looking really concerned there as well. And Ryan O'Reilly is down, and he is even further injured as Rhea O'Reilly comes across to lend assistance to Chris O'Reilly, who needs to carry on with this match now. Dean Michael has bought himself some time there, but that's a really underhanded tactic to attack an injured man who's already been through a very difficult fight this evening. Chris O'Reilly still not satisfied with the condition of his brother there. He's holding onto the ropes and just making his way back into the ring, but he's been caught there by Dean Michael. His neck just snapped down across that top rope and he fell right down onto the floor. And now the match may just be turning slightly in Dean Michael's direction, perhaps. Clothesline, big one, powerful on O'Reilly, into the cover. 1, 2, and no. 2 count though, and a strong 2 count. And then just raining in those forearms there on Chris O'Reilly as he's on the mat. Referee orders him to break that choke hold, quite right too. Oh, it's a lovely elbow. And a second one as well, really nicely measured. He stuck those, and a third. What skill from Dean Michael into the cover. Simple things done very effectively. Dean Michael now just positioned there. Perhaps thought he was going to go for a snap there, but Chris O'Reilly just managed to get his right leg out and block that. So Dean Michael is forced to hold on for the moment. Got that front face lock position nicely there on Chris O'Reilly. Chris O'Reilly can't even use his legs or knees for leverage. Well, he actually has managed to do that now, but Dean Michael there just lifting him up, dropping him down. Lovely work. Dean Michael with a cry of "Who's the man?" for the crowd. They certainly don't think it's him, that's for sure. Dean Michael again just lifting up Chris O'Reilly, and yet again lovely transition into an even stronger position into that front face lock. That's really nice wrestling. Look at the look of determination on the face of Dean Michael. He's got some trouble here because Chris O'Reilly's managed to get to his feet. Up he goes. He's going to drop him. No, Dean Michael managed to hold on. And up again, this time surely to no. And again, Dean Michael managing to keep that front face lock well applied. Really impressive. Up this time, no. Again, Dean Michael keeps the grip on, and Chris O'Reilly's going to have to try something different. This time, a lovely sleight of foot and using the arm to escape. And Chris O'Reilly now into the corner. Oh, but he ran straight into that power slam. 2 count, but no more than that. Great power slam there from Dean Michael. Very little elevation. It was the speed that was so destructive there. Face first goes Chris O'Reilly into the top turnbuckle. Dean Michael just putting the boot in before attempting to whip him into the corner. Does so very nicely. Charging him with a left arm clothesline. Able to clothesline powerfully with both arms there, Dean Michael, we've seen in this match. Into the corner again. O'Reilly, that time full body splash from Dean Michael. Fisherman suplex perhaps. Yes, could be. 1, 2, is that it? No. Lovely fisherman suplex from Dean Michael. One of the things that I find most impressive about watching him wrestle is that he needs very little elevation in his moves. It's about the speed. That fisherman suplex, Chris O'Reilly barely left the ground. He snapped him so effectively on the mat. Now just putting the boot in again on Chris O'Reilly, and that time choked with the feet, but the referee ordering the break and then physically restraining Dean Michael, who has now very much got the upper hand in this one. We see, not for the first time tonight, how quickly things can change in a professional wrestling match. Dean Michael just lifting up Chris O'Reilly again, just bending that neck, taking him wherever he wants him to go. It's great ring awareness, choking him over the ropes. Actually going there for a full Nelson as well. Had to break it, but the damage already been done with that 4 count that he took. And again choking O'Reilly across the ropes, and again using a 4 count. Dean Michael's keeping the pace slow. Trying to keep Chris O'Reilly down, keep him on the mat, and when he has him on his feet, he's twisting that neck so that O'Reilly has no choice but to go wherever Dean Michael says. Oh, but not that time. Dean Michael lands very, very badly on the ropes. Chris O'Reilly coming in, but caught, and now it's Chris O'Reilly who lands dreadfully on the ropes. It's a seesaw match right now. Dean Michael just getting out of the ring, taking a breather. He still will not let the fans go. He won't let their attention wash off him. He cannot keep them out of his mind. He climbed up to the top now. What are we going to see here from Dean Michael? Taking his time. Great position here off the top. Missing with a double axe handle. And he lands flat out as Chris O'Reilly as Dean Michael rather gets to his feet. Chris O'Reilly waiting for him. Duck underneath there. Double clothesline. Oh, they hit the mat hard. Oh, they really hit the mat hard. Both of them there catching the back of their heads on the mat. Well, it's Dean Michael that's first to move. Chris O'Reilly almost motionless at this stage. Dean Michael looks slightly more aware of where he is than Chris O'Reilly. It may well be that Chris O'Reilly caught the worst of this. In fact, the referee is just checking on him there because he does look to be in quite a bad way after that. Dean Michael just on all fours, staying in the corner, managing to get to his feet. Duck underneath by Chris O'Reilly. Oh, what a lovely shot to the midsection, right in the breadbasket. And another one, catching Dean Michael, who has been badly winded by those. More the first than the second. Lovely European uppercut. Chris O'Reilly just spinning round. Very powerful connection on that. And spinning around again, this time into a running elbow. Good high impact shots there from Chris O'Reilly, who throws Dean Michael front first into the corner there, off the ropes, catching him with a beautiful knee lift. Really nicely, right across the collarbone of Dean Michael. Lifting him to his feet now. What are we going to see? Suplex, lovely. Keeping the grip on there, lifting him up. What are we going to see this time? Double underhook. Very nice indeed. Two lovely suplexes. Thought he might go for a cover, but doesn't. Instead choosing to hit a third suplex. Oh, fantastic overhead suplex there. Going for the cover. Could well be it. Dean Michael close to the ropes though too. And that was the crucial thing. Dean Michael so close to the ropes. Just managed to get his foot. His knee draped across the ropes there, and that may have cost Chris O'Reilly the win right there. O'Reilly though not deterred, waiting for Dean Michael to get to his feet. Patiently waiting, what's he going to attempt here? Duck underneath by Dean Michael, he's got him up! Lovely Samoan drop, very nice indeed. Dean Michael needing the ropes to pull himself to his feet. Perhaps if he'd gone for the cover there, he might have got the match. You just feel now that one huge move will end this in the direction of either man. Very hard to tell which, though Dean Michael looks the stronger bet at the moment. Up to the top he goes. He's going to go for that clothesline from heaven here from the top. If he hits it, it's over. No! Chris O'Reilly avoiding that very nicely. Dean Michael landing rather awkwardly, in fact, and he's up here. Oh, referee's been caught. Referee's been caught there. Dean Michael's shin just smashing into the face of the referee as Chris O'Reilly plants him. He now can't go for the cover as we wait for Judgmental to get to his feet.
Down.
Meanwhile, Chris O'Reilly is making his way to the top here. And what's he going to attempt to hit? Again, excellent balance on the top, into a splash, beautiful, must be, 1, 2, and the referee count, no! I really thought that was going to be the end of it there. That was surely a 3 count, credit to Dean Michael for getting to his feet. Chris O'Reilly looks like he can't quite believe that. I think that was the end of his game plan. He was fairly sure that was going to be it. Goes round to try and lift Dean Michael to his feet. What's he going to try and hit him with here? Again, got him up in a Samoan drop position here, but Dean Michael working his way out of that, pushing O'Reilly into the corner. Look out! Final resolution neckbreaker. That's going to be it. 1, 2, 3. Good win for Dean Michael. Good win for Dean Michael.